Good evening. I was asked by some of the members of our Tuesday night class to speak a little bit about the virus, the pandemic, the epidemic that we're going through right now. Everyone in quarantine, everyone in their own homes, no shuls, no yeshivot. It's a very, very difficult time. And with that, the Rabbanim paskin that we can't have our Tuesday night shiur as well. Many Rabbanim already spoke about this. Many Gedolim. Rabbi David Elbaz said that this is before Mashiach. This is what's going to happen. Some are saying that Hashem wants to prepare us for Mashiach. So he's making 7 days, 14 days of quarantine to show what Tuman Tahara is, what a Metzorah is. There are those that said that we see how amazing that God is showing how strong He is and how powerful He is, that even something so minute, so myopic, so small as someone on the other side of the world eating something that he shouldn't have been eating, and it comes all the way to us. Someone told me that this virus that ravaged the world and brought China to her knees and right now is making a mess in America. Over 230,000 people who are sick, almost 10,000 people already dead. Someone was saying, you see how the whole world is in chaos over something like this, something that you can't see. But you have a few people who it's the opposite. You had one person who used the last of his money to buy $100,000 worth of face masks, and now look at him, he's very wealthy. Hashem is taking in account every person's needs, every person what he wants, what he has to have, what he's worthy of, and he's giving it to them. But I believe there's something else we can learn out of it, something very, very important, an amazing concept, and that is when God gives you something, whatever He gives you, you take it with happiness. What do I mean? First, our test, our nisayon was going to shul. Our test was learning in yeshiva, and now our test is staying home and learning. Our test is staying home and davening and praying, showing the kids that, unifying our families, husband to wife, wife to husband, father to kids, mother to children. Unifying the Jewish people now, unifying the world, is making a separation. But just like there are times when we're on a high and our nisayon is to go to shul, now our nisayon is to stay home. Our nisayon is to show our kids that even when it's difficult and we're scared, some of us are scared, there are many people that are very sick, but we're still going to be strong about it. I was speaking to Rosh Shmuel Meir Katz, and he told me over a Rashbash, he was a rabbi from the 1400s, who says, what do you do in times of a plague, of a virus, of a disease? And he writes, I'm at the last paragraph. This is in Shut Harashbash, Siman Kuf Tzadiheh, the last paragraph. He says, amazing. Happens if there's a plague in the city. And he learns from there. He says, first of all, you listen to the doctors. And if the mumchim are telling you to do a certain thing, to stay home, not to do this, not to have shul, not to have yeshiva, you listen. The second thing he brings down, Al yahalech adam be'emsa hadirachim. שלום בעיר, אל יהלך אדם בצדי הדרכים הבונה בזה. כי בשעת הפעילות צריך אדם להשוות הנהגתו ולאחוז כמסוע כמחלו, משקהו ומבושיו ובשינתו ובכסותו. He says, Jews do things all the way to the extreme, whether the top or the bottom. He says you can't do that anymore. He says when there is a plague, when there's a disease, when there's a virus in a city, at times of distress, of viruses, of diseases. Shelo laharbot b'mazon, don't eat too much. V'shiochal devarim ha'echut u'ma'anu hakamot ve'amenucha. He says a lot of rest and eat a lot of healthy things. Fatten yourself up. Satisfy yourself on things that are healthy. Don't eat all the things that you eat throughout the year. וירחיק היגיעה והרבה מהמנוחים הטובים. He says you shouldn't strain yourself, exert yourself more than you have to. And he says a very major point, that you should take away the fear and the da'aga and the worry, and you should put on simcha, because stress and anxiety has a lot to do with what you catch, or if you could catch, or getting sick in general. So be happy. So again, to reiterate, don't eat too much, don't drink too much. The Rashba says you should eat healthier, you should sleep longer, you should be happier than you ever were, because these are the times when you're happy, sickness can't take over you. So we have over here the Rashbash from 700 years ago telling us exactly what to do in such a circumstance. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should all be together again, learning in yeshiva. The schools should be open, the Bate Knesiot should be open, we should be davening with the minyan, we should be having our shiurim, and together this should be the beginning, the start of Mashiach. Tzidkenu b'mhira v'yamenu amen. Just one more point on the part of being happy and not to be afraid more than you should be is an amazing Ben Yehoyada. The Ben Yehoyada brings down in the Gemara Bava Kama that during an epidemic, the worst thing to have is fear and panic and anxiety. That's what brings about the sickness. He says a mashal of a man who met the Malach HaMavet, met the angel of death who was going to the city. He said, what are you doing here? He said, I'm going to kill people. He said, how many people? 5,000. At the end, 15,000 people were killed. The next time he meets him, he says, what happened? He said, I only killed 5. The other 10 died from panic and anxiety. Be very, very careful. The Rashbash is saying, be happy as opposed to getting the sickness on you, because much of the problem comes from the fear. Do what you need to do it smart, stock up whatever you want to stock up, whatever is needed, and be strong in your faith that whatever is happening will pass, and Be'ezrat Hashem will get through this. But make sure you don't lose hope, because that's what brings about the real sickness.